All right, assalamu alaikum again. So this is my third video because a lot of you will be seeing the same setting but different topics. So the third one is about the energy that you have and the energy around you. Again, my theme right now, probably will continue for a while, is my experience with planting. Um, a lot of people, they sometimes, and I know people actually like that, when you tell them about something, and I'm sure probably as I'm saying this, you could think about like 10 people that are like that in your life. You tell them about something, and the first thing they try to do is give you all the reasons why it cannot be done. And it amazes me with the amount of energy that they could spend to actually create those obstacles in front of you and barriers instead of trying to find ways to actually achieve that dream. And again, with planting and all of that, I'm part of a homesteading group on Facebook, and I remember one of the members asked and said, "Hey, I have kids, and my in-laws are telling me you can never farm while having kids, or you can never, be a homesteader and have kids." And it's amazing that these are the people that should be encouraging her to fulfill her dream. And I could understand the concern that they have, but the first thing that I thought about, and it was funny that almost everybody else said the same thing. They said, "Well, honey, in a way, ask them how people in the past lived, because that's how they lived life, right? They didn't have offices. They had to work the land. They had to work with the land, and they had to raise kids, and actually even larger family sizes. We are considered to be like small family size generation, right?" And they did it, and here we are. We are actually part of the result. We would not be here if they did not do it. And so that's one thing. Those in-laws, they had no knowledge, right? It was just more of like, don't do it, you can't do it. And it was very disappointing for her, because that's her family, right? The other thing is as I was looking for videos to kind of like learn how to plant and all that, and there are those who post videos, and they'd say, this is the reason why I would never farm again, or I would. And I'm like, that's just the title of that is so negative. It's just like you're scaring people away from these things, right? You could share it. You could say, these are things I learned from farming. And you know what? And you could say this, and I felt that, probably it's not for me for now. Keep it in a way that people will not be so discouraged that even without starting, they see your failure. And sometimes people exaggerate in describing the experience that they had, whether it's positive or negative. And there are others who actually give up even before they start, because here you are, the expert, right? Because you've been doing it for a long time, and you're saying don't do it. Don't. So, I always believe that there are two types of energy. There's the inner energy and the outer energy. Your inner energy is the one that you have. You decide whether it's going to be positive or negative. Make sure that your energy is positive. Look for the positive things. Try to always find something positive in your experience. I just recorded a video not even like probably 15 minutes ago, and I mentioned my toddler. The first initial time that when he walked into the greenhouse, he stepped on some plants. Today, when I was laying the grass clipping, he wanted to cover the plant, but one thing I focused on is the fact that now he knows not to step on the plants, right? And he goes into the greenhouse just like any adult. That's a great achievement. That's a positive thing. So I could look at him as like, oh, here he comes. He's gonna mess my greenhouse. Or I'd be like, wait, hey, he learned something, right? I know my son now does not step on the plants. So I don't see the negative thing in him coming. Actually, I see all the I appreciate him coming into the greenhouse with me. So again, this is just one thing that I'm sharing, and I mentioned earlier, I'm focusing more on the greenhouse. Um, but as I continue to learn my journey, I learned one thing. I'm not going to click, and now I'm going to talk about the outer energy. I'm not going to click on any of those videos, YouTube videos that are negative, because you know what? Just like as much as I could clip on 10, 20, 30 of those, I could do the same with the positive ones, and I could get a message about the same topic but more in a positive way. So please, and this is where you have to censor people out from your life. Those who bring the negative energy, you know what? Don't hang out around those people. They're not going to help you. Because, there are a lot of people that have dreams, and the only reason they're not trying to, you know, go for that dream is because the people they're surrounding themselves with by. Oh, you can't do it. It's too much. It's not worth it. Blah blah. And and you could have the same, you know, person hanging out with positive people, and they could achieve their dream, right? And you could actually go on YouTube and listen to those successful people. One of the things they tell you is surround yourself with the people that have that positive vibe, right? That encourage you and not discourage you, that support you and not bring you down, that create opportunities and not build, obstacles and barriers, through that journey that you're going through. So do that. And if you have an inner positive energy and outer positive energy, you will own your life in a sense that you will celebrate everything, whether it's success or lessons or experience, or even if you call it failure, because all the energy you have is positive and it will keep pushing you through. God bless you. Assalamu alaikum.